Well, welcome to math on Tuesday, May 12. And here we are. Today we're going to be calculating perimeter. So if you remember from yesterday, perimeter is the distance around a shape, a 2D shape, the distance around. So today I have some rectangles drawn on my little board here. And I'm wondering if you can tell me what that distance should be. And if you told me that is 2 centimeters, you're correct because opposite sides are equal. So this one would be, 3 centimeters. This one would be, blocking it. This one would be 1. This one would be 5. This would be 2. And this would be 4 because opposite sides are equal. So now we are going to figure out, we're going to write an expression that allows us to show the perimeter. So our length is 3 centimeters on this one, and our width is 2 centimeters. So if we wanted to figure out the perimeter, what would we do? I would do 3 centimeters plus 3 centimeters plus 2 centimeters plus 2 centimeters. And then that would give me a perimeter of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you already guessed that, you were awesome. So this one, my length is 5 centimeters. So in order to figure out perimeter, I would do 5 centimeters. And my opposite side would be 5 centimeters. My width is 1 centimeter and my other width is 1 centimeter. So altogether that would equal 5 and 5 is 10, 11, 12. If you said 12 centimeters, you were correct. So here my length is 4 centimeters. So I would say 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters plus 2 centimeters from my width plus 2 centimeters from my width. And the perimeter of this shape, this rectangle, will be 4 and 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 centimeters. So if you could see how I was doing that, you are doing awesome. So here I am. I'm going to put some circles around my lengths. And I'm going to put some squares around my widths. So, are any of my equations the same? Yes, my numbers inside the two circles are the same, and my numbers inside the two squares are the same for each one, so they are the same. So there's a rule. We need to come up with a general rule, and mathematicians call that a formula. So we have to come up with a formula, a general rule for finding the perimeter of any rectangle. So these two numbers here, they represented the length. So instead of putting numbers there, I could say length L plus L, oops, those are I's, not L's, L plus L, and here I could say L plus L, and here I could say length plus length. And these two numbers represented my width, so I could say W and W. And here, these guys are W and W, W and W. So in order to figure this out, I could say length plus width will equal my perimeter. I can say that for any one. I could say length plus width equals perimeter. Length plus width equals perimeter. So that is a formula that mathematicians have come up with. So length plus width equals perimeter. So if I was to give you say this, that is a rectangle, we're going to say, and that is 7 centimeters, and this is 4 centimeters. You could give me the the perimeter of that by going length plus width plus width. So length would be 4 plus my width is 7 plus 7. And we could figure out what my perimeter is. So 7 and 7 is 14. 14 and 4 is 18. So that would be 22 centimeters. Length plus width plus width. Now mathematicians say, well, that's really kind of long. So is there another way that we could write length plus length? Is there another way you could write that? And you could say 2 times length. So if these numbers were 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters plus 3 centimeters equals 6 centimeters. 2 times 3 centimeters equals 6 centimeters. So because there's 2 of them, we could say 2 times length, and we could do the same thing for the width. Width plus width, another way to write that is 2 times width. So if these two widths happen to be 5 centimeters and this one was 5 centimeters, altogether we would have 10 centimeters. 2 times 5 equals 10. So mathematicians will take this formula and say we could even make it shorter. We could say perimeter is 2 times length plus 2 times width. So I'm going to do it looks so much like a 1. Okay, so I can do 2 times length. So if we figured our length 4 times 2 is 8, plus our 2 times w, which would be 2. 2 times 2 is 4, so that would be 4, and this would be 8. So my answer would be 12. So they're just 2 ways of writing the formula for finding perimeter. Length plus width, or 2 times length plus 2 times width. So we are going to see if we can find the perimeter of these rectangles using the 2 methods we used. So the 2 methods are length plus length plus length plus length. So we're using our addition, and the other one is by using multiplication. So I'm going to ask you to pause and see if you can figure out what the perimeter is the 2 different ways. Pause. Okay, so I am back. Perimeter equals, so I got length plus another length plus width, and I come up with 8, 9, 10 centimeters. Or I can figure out my perimeter as 2 times my length plus 2 times my width. So this would equal 8 plus 2 equals 10 centimeters. There's the 2 ways that I could figure it out. So I hope that you were able to figure that out on your own. So this one would be 8 centimeters. Remember that there's a centimeter behind there and you need to write it every time. You can't just ignore it and forget that it's there. So 8 plus 8 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 centimeters. So if I were going to do it the other way, I would say it's 2 times 8, and then there's 2 times 3. So this would equal 16 plus 6 equals 22 centimeters. Hope you got that one as well. Awesome. Okay, so this one would be 11 plus 11 plus 8 plus 8. And that would equal 22, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36 kilometers. If I'm going to figure out the multiplication way, I would say 2 times 11 kilometers plus 2 times 8 kilometers. So this would be 2 times 11 is 22 kilometers plus 16 kilometers. So the 2 and the 6. Oh boy, I must have done something wrong. Let's check my adding here. That's 22, 30. Oh, I hope you guys caught that. I hope you caught my mistake in adding there. So those are the same. So those are the 2 ways you're going to do it, because you're going to be asked to do it both ways in your work today. So I hope you see that. Okay, I'm going to ask you to pause, to stop the I'm going to stop the video, and I'll ask you to come back for part 2.